Brothers and sisters, Brother John, watchman for that great day. Seems like I've been on a lot lately. I've got to keep my eye and watch what's going on here. So, as of yesterday evening, Knesset disperses after midnight deadline for budget expires. Israel calls fourth election in 2 years as Netanyahu-Gantz coalition collapses. New vote set for March the 23rd after unity government crumbles in just 7 months. Another 7, by the way, which is very important. There's a lot of things that are happening, and Brother Bob Barber on End Time Dream and Vision channel has the chart there that he proposes that there's been 7 years and then there's a 7 month. There's a lot of sevens involved with what brother. There's also 7 days that are involved in that chart. I don't have that up at the present, but if you go to Brother Bob Barber End Time Dream and Vision channel, you'll see it right as soon as he pulls it up. And his last video, I believe it was on Sunday that he posted it, the 20th, that you'll see what he's talking about. But it's interesting, just another 7 here, right? So the unity government crumbles in just 7 months. Netanyahu promises a huge win, but polls suggest tough race with main threat from parties to his right. So that's pretty much it. The 23rd Knesset officially dispersed as the clock struck midnight. Interesting. On Tuesday night. And the deadline to approve the 2020 budget expired, sending Israelis to the polls for the 4th time in less than 2 years. Elections were automatically called for 90 days from now, namely March the 23rd, 2021, though that date could yet be changed by vote. And just to point out something that I saw the other day in one of these articles, they were talking of going to elections the 16th of March prior to this. So it's just very interesting, and I'm keeping my eyes on what's going on, and we know what the rabbi had said. And so now the third gate has fallen, and supposedly, if we're to see a prophetic fulfillment, then by Saturday, I know sometimes when we say these things, we don't even get the enormity of this. But if this Rabbi Shoshani is correct, and he said when the third gate falls during the time of 2 Benjamins ruling, which now they're not ruling anymore, it's like in limbo, right? He really didn't do a very good job of, well, they did, for 7 months. But the 2 Benjamins ruled for 7 months in the unity government. It's now been dissolved. And so, according to the Rabbi Shoshani, on the Sabbath after the third gate or the third government or this Knesset falls, which was just fell, the Messiah shall appear. Now, will we be here to see the appearing? Will he appear and the rabbis will not be able to reveal that he's appeared yet, but he will be there speaking to the rabbis? I mean, there's a lot of thought going on here. The only thing I can say is that there's only 2 things. Either he's going to appear. Of course, that can't be recognized. The appearance of the Messiah cannot be recognized by the whole world as this Messiah. All right. In other words, he can't all of a sudden, the mainline news gets, the whole thing with Israel recognizes this man as Messiah, right? That kind of thing. And the rabbis are all following him and leading the people towards this man. It's just so enormous because it is the Antichrist, because that's the idea of what Jesus said in John 5:43. Jesus said, I come to you in my Father's name, and you don't accept me. But if another shall come to you in his own name, you will accept him. Well, this one that's going to come is going to come in his own name. Things like, I believe it was back in 2015, during the time of the final blood moon, the Pope came in his own name. All right? So there's a lot of thought that goes on with all the things that we look at. But the only other thing that I could think, and I pray, now see, this is all the idea of what current events is bringing about. So we can see the current events. We can, by seeing the current events, we can see the movement and the building of this world order that they're framing up. That's all being processed and placed, and all the things that are going on. Remember, ID 2020 is not ID 2021. It's ID 2020. We're coming to the end of 2020. I don't know. I just wrote an email to my brother Greg and about this, the ID tattoo, which is that the microneedles patch, which is interesting because it goes along and actually goes with the ID 2020. So how soon will this thing be administered now that people are taking the vaccine, and perhaps after the second week or the third week when the second vaccine is given, because it's a process. All right, there's first vaccine for those that have gotten it, and then so it's always going to take whoever got it now is going to have to go 3 weeks and then get the other. Is it going to be from this time that the first ones took the vaccine 3 weeks later, will they then get a microneedle patch in the mail? It's a question. All right? It's a question. So, as I've said before, the first vaccines were actually given out, I forget what it was, the 9th or the 10th or something, but 3 weeks, no, it was the 16th. 16th, 1, 2, 3. So it's like somewhere, anyway, it's about 3 weeks to the 31st of December from wherever I think it was the FDA approved it, the emergency use authorization for Pfizer. So the first ones were starting to be given out 3 weeks before the end of the year. So the thought is, will it be 3 weeks? And then because you can see right now they're making up, green card, paperwork, right? So that you have something, once you get the vaccine, you'll have to have something that says you got it. All right? Because no one's going to see a little, So the idea is, how much longer will we have until they send, and remember these microneedle patches, they don't have to be refrigerated or anything. They could be sent in a mailbox. They could be sent in envelopes, a small box or whatever. They can be sent to these the recipients of the vaccine. Will that happen on the third week is the question. So, we're watching, brothers and sisters. We're going to see what happens as far as this weekend. We're heading towards Christmas. God bless you, and a Merry Christmas to you all. As far as the gift that we have received is reason to be merry and joyful, right? That's the reason we're joyful. Even though this is not really his birthday, we can still rejoice and be of good cheer and most hope. The blessed hope is what we are rejoicing over, and the gift that was given to us some 2,000 years ago. So, God bless you all. Here we go with this. Give me the blast on the shofar. Yes. Don't I always have to? I do. I always have to give you this blast. Take your earbuds out if you got them in. Hopefully we hear this very soon. this. I needed that this morning. God bless you all. I'll see you soon in the heavens, because we're heading that way. Look up. Your redemption is near. God bless you.